we're going to be working in our art journal. I'm going to be using this deli paper that is like a scrap paper from a previous rub off or clean up. Any of the times that I clean up with the paper in any of my videos or with any of my art, it at some point gets repurposed and reused into something else. That's one of the reasons I keep deli paper very close by, or text paper. I'm using my neocolor 2s here in yellow and blue, purple tones that will actually blend in well with the background. As you can see, the Dylusions spray ink from the background there actually activated, and yellow and purple are not probably the best, so I added in Dylusions. I'm showing you here how the Dylusions, I added gesso. You can actually see there how the Dylusions reactivates after drying, so be aware of that with your mediums and how you're layering over it. No big deal. I'm just going to go back now with the yellow on top of the gesso and kind of create a better look, in my opinion, than if it had not had the white gesso. I'm adding some acrylic inks here and just dropping those on the paper, some white and some teal, and going to use my brayer and deli paper. Here with the deli paper, I'll keep those bits that you saw that had the color, and then I'll actually use those again in previous projects. So any of your clean off papers, don't throw those away. You can actually use those into pieces. You want to make sure too that you dry in between layers. I'll be using my brand new Dylusions paints, which I really love. That's a Patti Tolley Parrish Stencil. You can find those at istencils.com. I'm using a cosmetic sponge in this stencil. I had not used this stencil yet, and I really like it. It's really cool. You can use it in multiple ways, and I'm going to layer the purple and also some of the white Dylusions paints. The paints are extremely pigmented. I was surprised. I've seen videos say a little bit goes a long way, and I would definitely have to agree with that. It dries very quickly, which is really nice because I'm not a huge fan of actually waiting on the paint to dry, so that's pretty good. And then I'm going back with the Stabilo All pencil, as you see, just making some marks and scribbles that I do quite often in my work. I like to be able to add that additional contrast in the dark. Stabilo All does that. I'm going to go back after I dry this with my palette knife and some gesso just to create, after I put the dark down, I wanted to bring in some additional light factor and contrast to that. So I'm just using this palette knife to give me a really sporadic look. And of course I'm going to add some beautiful Deco Arts hot pink. Neon pink is the color. I love that particular brand as well as the color. I'm going to use the India ink here just to make some doodles. And India ink is really nice to use in your pages because it dries permanent. It dries very quickly. And I enjoy doing a little doodles with the triangles and the plus or crosses here. So an added texture. And then I'm actually going to make sure that that's good and dry. And then I'm going to go back with some more gesso in my finger to push those marks that I just created back in the background a bit. I didn't really want them in the forefront, but I thought they added some very interesting details here. I'm going back with a pencil and going to just make some scribbles. Nothing actually legible, just scribbles and words and thoughts and very scratchy letters. And I'm really surprised here, guys. I never do faces. Like, literally, there may be 2 faces ever in the history of me keeping an art journal. I just do not do faces. However, I have been having a blast doing faces in the month of February. I'm participating in the 29 faces of February, so every day I'm doing a new face. And I'm totally surprised that I actually did this. I just really blown away that I actually did that. So I think that the 29 faces has boosted my confidence, and also gave me some additional things that I wanted to add to my journal. So that's what I'm doing. My mom is an amazing pencil portrait artist, and so doing faces has never really appealed to me because she was so good. So I don't know. And then I'm going to go back again and just add, you've seen my stickers in many videos. If you haven't watched previous videos, I'm going to link a few of those in this video. I'd love for you to be able to check them out. But these stickers are actually artwork of mine that I've copied on sticker paper. And then I've cut them out with my Silhouette cutting machine. So it gives me just something that when I need a little added, pop, I can add these to my projects. And then I'm just going to go and again outline those with the Stabilo All because it makes things pop really well. And I really like how it turns out. I'm going to go back here in just a minute, and I actually am finishing the page with the nose and the mouth off camera. And guys, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you give me the thumbs up and subscribe, and please share my videos. Thank you. Have an amazing day.